Oh, I saw that article. You couldn't wait to get that out. You're like, she's eating the raw hearts of whatever animal. Ooh, creepy hair day. She's reading the eating the raw hearts of animals. I know I saw that too. I was like, nobody's going around eating raw flesh. I mean, maybe they are, but they're gonna get sick from it, right? So I'm like, ew, creepy. Um, yeah, I saw that. I definitely saw that. Okay, wait, where'd y'all go now? And there's Tallulah. Lula Bell is back. She's back being a Lula Bell. Yeah. Mm. There you are. Yeah. There you are. There you are. Hi, you guys. From Toronto. Yes, yes, yes. How you all doing? How you all doing? I did see that. Someone popped up. They're like, did you see what she ate? She ate the heart of a bison. I'm like, yeah, she's a fucking whack job. Oh my God. Okay. So how is everybody? I know. How is everybody? Oh my gosh. I'm going to show you from Australia, Indiana. Yeah, Mew Mew. She's dropped her pillow off there. She's like, I'm going to sit here, and I bet you she starts cleaning herself because she's a girl after my own heart. She takes showers publicly. Oh, thank you, Tara. She takes showers publicly. The cat I'm talking about, not me anymore. I'm too old for that. I mean, maybe there's a market for it, but yeah. Exactly. Oh my God, my weekend. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say except like, oh my God, I'm so tired. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't stop. Yes. Wait, Sloan from old Australia. Wait, Queensland, not old, Queensland. I'm doing good. England, Salt River Reservation. Oh, that sounds fun over there. Yeah, I'm wearing a pink top. I've been super tired, but yesterday was super weird, y'all. But first, I want to tell you, I'm drinking, you can't even see it. Anyway, it's hot. It's hot. Everything is always hot, right? It's hot, but I'm drinking blue lotus tea. So I'll show you what it looks like. It's supposed to open your psychic ability. But you know what? No matter how I do my hair, I can... This is the Virgo in my first house. I can literally see a poof over here. All right, get over it. Get over it, Leo bitch, right? Blue lotus, y'all. Opens up the psychic channels, clears the energy right here. Can you see? Blue lotus as it's getting on. So you steep it in the tea. Yeah, and that's what we're doing. Blue lotus tea. Exactly. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing good. The Gold Coast loves me. Oh my God. Scotland loves me. I'm so happy. Yes. Beautiful lotus, isn't it? Yes. Blue lotus tea, y'all. So that's what I'm drinking. I made some last night. I'm trying 48 year Melinda, happy birthday. Oh my God. 48 years old. I wish I was 48 again. Because I'd take the world by storm. You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. Mm. Gobble, gobble. Anyway, yeah, this is like a little pink crop top, y'all. Look, it's got weird things in it, whatever. It's a little pink crop top. I'm too old to be cropping it above the belly button, but nonetheless, that's what it is. 48 is so young. I'm saying if I was 48, I would take the world over. I wouldn't do half the shit that I did thinking that my life was over because it's not over at 48, right? So there you go. Melinda, birthday, eat cake. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would literally say that she's cleaning herself. Musey, no. She's going to do it again. And now you're talking tea. As I drink, you go live. Universe is funny. Exactly. I know. I love my tattoos. I'm set up. There's my Keithy. Look at him. And there's the sun. He did it right through the sunflowers because I had to go put the sunflower on first, but we didn't know we were going to put Keith here. It's art in movement. So that's all I'm doing is I have to have color on my arm too because I'm a girl. So girls do that. Right. So I know she's a clean girl. She's like a Virgo, but she's really, what is she? Cancer. She's like a Virgo. Paige told me she was a Leo and I'm like, no. Then Paige's aunt said, no, she came in July. So there you go. Topless. Right. Keith is topless. Oh my God. You know who I saw a picture of topless today? You want to know who? I'll show you who. Okay. I was listening to the music and it struck me as absurdly funny. Really freaking funny. Okay. Drinking Diet Dr. Pepper. Excellent. Um, Yeah, look at this. This is just so funny. This was the funniest. I couldn't stop because this was just so funny. I saw the picture of this artist. Can you guess which artist I'm talking about who's topless on their movie? I mean, on their record cover. I was listening to it and I'm like, oh, come on now. Come on now. He's topless, is what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay, so, oh, I have to turn the music off or I'll get it. You know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about this bitch. He's so great. Hold on. Now I have to find him in my library. I just put him in there so you could see the picture of him topless. All right, this is who I'm talking about, y'all. Topless. You know who I mean? The purple one. Topless, topless. Yes, look, topless. We didn't fight about this. How come nobody said that bitch is fucking, topless, right? So yeah, I want to be your lover. But it is a good tune, except, and I'm going to bring it up. I was listening to it and I'm like, oh, that's incest, man. To wanna be. But I do like Prince, his philosophy on life, seriously, getting rid of lawyers and contracts so that they can't fucking siphon off your, off of you. Lyrics to I Want to Be Your Lover. I was talking to somebody last night and they're like, that's just business. I'm like, shut up. Look at my face gets repelled. Okay, because I never see you anymore. La la la. Let's see. Here, I want to be your brother. I want to be your mother and your sister too. Why, Prince? Why you want to be all those things? Can't you just be my lover without being my mother, my sister, and my brother? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. That's all I'm asking. I mean, does he have to be everything, right? Like, if he's my mother or my sister, that's creepy. Hi, Bethany. 623. His name. Oh, shit. Thank you, Bethany. Hold on. His nickname is Buddha. Oh, there you go. Do you have his ashes, my love? Do you have your dad's ashes? Do you have his ashes? You should do a portrait with your dad on one side and Buddha on the other and his name under it. You know what I mean? Or something like that. Yeah, they made him look like a wacko, but he was Prince was fantastic. The artist formerly known as Prince, simply because Sony Records owned his name, he signed that contract into perpetuity again, which is bullshit. And I was listening to one of the Wilson brothers, oh my God, now I just forgot his name. Anyway, he was saying the record company, this is what I got in a fight with somebody. You can imagine who I got in a fight with. Anyway, not a fight, a disagreement. It was really just a disagreement, but the record company takes out insurance. Brian Wilson, thank you. Takes out insurance on their artists so that if the artists overdose, murder their wives, yeah, of course it is, do any of that, then they collect on that. And he was saying they tried to kill him. They tried to kill him, right? So look at it this way. First of all, if you have a child that has a problem, thank you, Ashley. Thank you, honey. If you have a child that has a problem, like drug addict, and you take insurance policy out, right? And you're doing that, you're taking an insurance policy out on somebody who's probably going to overdose and probably cause a problem. When you do that, that's an intention. So the record company has no intention in letting you live. They want the insurance money for your album so they can keep prostituting off your dead ass body. And that's why they sign it. So when Prince, in an interview I saw, when Prince said, we should abolish contracts and get rid of lawyers, he was not wrong. You abolish the contract and then you get rid of these fucking lawyers and creatives create and they collect their money. You don't need all these fucking people. They're up your ass. They try to do it in the psychic industry. Oh my God, happy birthday, Beth, 52. Still super young. I wish I was 52. Yeah, I do. Anyway, that's what they do. They're doing that. So it's a whole prostitution and slavery ring off of artists. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't allow them to do that to me psychically. They do try to do that. There's people, and I told you, I heard this one psychic say, I heard another psychic, another medium, random, I don't even know who this woman is, another medium say, I've been tested. I took a bunch of stuff. I've been, certified. Who the fuck are you being certified for? Are you being certified by God to receive the messages from spirit? Who are you being certified from? Who are you being certified from? It's not astrology where you are certified because it's math, okay? So astrology to erect a chart, it's math. It's latitude, longitude, and the time you were born and the location from the position, the math between the stars. Yes, I have my dad's ashes. I'm devastated. But, oh, yeah, no, honey, I know you are. I know you are. But put the ashes in there, then you can look at it. I liked my left arm because it's my heart. And in the morning, I see Keithy's face. And when I look down, I see what he wrote and I see his little face down here. I fucking love it. Okay. No, psychic abilities, if you have them, they're always there, but it just depends on when they're activated. You can get in a car accident and activated. There's Ted Cruz, the Zodiac Killer. And Ashley. Oh my God, so cute. Karen and Bethany, everybody. But what I wanted to say is these conglomerations, you want to be a musician because you're a bitchin' ass musician. So they tell you you need an agent. An agent is another word for crusty old fucking hoe bag pimp. And a pimp who prostitutes you for their own benefit. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God, you guys are so generous. And Tracy, I noticed a PayPal from you too. And thank you so much for that, Tracy. Unfortunately, if I say it's all going to tattoos, I wouldn't be kidding right now, but my cup was from, it's a swig cup and it was from Jackie, Angie's mom, Jackie. Angie, who hangs out with Keith. That's who it was from. Oh, But what I'm saying is an agent, why do you need an agent? What you need, if anything, is you need a manager to get you the roles. Agents, you have to be established already. So if it's an agent, you need to be established, right? You literally need to be an established person. So if you're not established, an agent won't help you. Then a manager will help you. And if a manager can't help you, and you really just need a lawyer to look at the contract, but they sign things like into perpetuity. Michael Jackson does not own his website. Well, he's dead, but he doesn't own the rights to his name. He didn't own anything. They prostitute him. They have him as a slave out there. They're fucking slave. Tour to tour to tour to tour. You're fucking slave. April 4th, baby cakes. That was Tucker's birthday. My standard poodle was April 4th. Johnny's April 3rd. My dad was April 16th. My first husband was April 16th. My stepfather was April 14th. My dad and my stepfather were both twins. Paige is April 8th. I'm trying to think of all the other Aries I know. I know a bunch of Aries. So that's just my fate in life, is to know age. Slavery through licensing. Slavery through licensing. And they're not going to do it off me. And people used to tell me, you're crazy with contracts. I'm like, you're not fucking prostituting off of me. Well, we're giving you a chance to be this, that, and the other. No, you're not. I'm working. And if my work is good, I should be recognized. So the whole system is weird. They're prostitutes. And when you take a life insurance policy out on somebody like Brian Wilson, who had a horde of issues, April 4th, we have another April 4th. If you take a life insurance out on any human being, okay, first of all, you're profiting off a human being, and then you're calling it business as if it's reasonable. It's not fucking reasonable. It's not reasonable to do that. That is a spell. So like, for example, April 10th, we have, for example, if you have a child that's taking fentanyl and driving cars, and you tell them you're going to take a life insurance policy out on them. Did William Hurt just die? Well, he beat his wife. Anyway, okay, shut up, Sloan. If he did die. April 1st, a little April Fool. April 17th, we got a bunch of Aries coming up. April 20th. But do you know what I'm saying? If your person is having a problem and you're taking a life insurance out on them, that's just really wrong. It's really wrong. It's wrong. I believe it's wrong. I don't care if they say it's business. It doesn't matter if it's business. Okay. So we have to start restructuring. William Hurt died. Yeah. I remember him in Body Heat. You remember that? You remember him in Body Heat? He commits all the shit for Kathleen Turner because he wants to bang her, or she's a narcissist in it. That's what it is. She's a narcissist. You know what I mean? She's a narcissist. So he literally does that. Let's look up William Hurt. Oh, he was in that movie, Goliath. He plays the burnt guy, Goliath, William Hurt. But remember, he got kicked out of Hollywood because he beat his wife. Do you remember that? You remember it? And he's an Oscar winner, so he's probably, whatever. William McCord Hurt. So he comes from an elite family. Anyway, Juilliard School. He got accepted into Juilliard. Yeah. 33 on the 7th. Excellent. All right, let's see. 6'2". That's good. March 20th. Yeah, before his birth. Wait, is it? No, it just before his birthday. So he crossed out. He was 71. Body Heat. I remember Body Heat. Deaf wife, very sweet. Yeah, I remember Body Heat, but I know that he got, let's see his cause of death. Should be old age. All right. Oh, he had prostate cancer and then he had bone cancer. Okay, so there you go. Unfortunately, who knows if he really beat his wife, just that they said that back then. I remember that and I'm like, you know what? No. I just can't. I just can't. Anyway, he passed away. So he goes to God, they heal him, and that's okay, I guess. So, whatever. And let's see more. Let's see. Who was he married to? I don't want to read it. Yeah, but he was just in Goliath. He plays the business guy and he goes after Billy Bob. I was going to call him Jimmy Jones. Billy Bob. He goes after Billy Bob Thornton on that, right? I know Tracy Braxton, but the Braxton family, the same thing. These people are getting cancer due to the energy. Yes, love the second season of Goliath. Yeah. So it says he died of natural causes. No, they said he had prostate cancer. I just read that right now. Who knows what he really died of? The Braxtons, whatever. She died of esophageal cancer. So the throat chakra, esophageal cancer, and that can also be alcoholism. A lot of alcoholics die of esophageal cancer. Exactly. So yeah, his dad's a Taurus and one of the okay, whose dad? His dad or something? Exactly, Ashley. Or something. Yeah, she drank a lot. Yeah, esophageal cancer. I mean, if you end up with esophageal, it burns. I had a friend, well, he's not my friend, he was John's friend, and he'd be John's age, maybe a little bit younger, but when I first met John, I met this guy in the bar. They lived next door to now I just forgot his name. Oh my God. Old time actor, oh my God, what's his name? The comedian Bob Hope. Bob Hope. They live next door to Bob Hope, and his mother made all the jewelry for like Elizabeth Taylor in the movies. So they had a casting company. Anyway, the son, I'm not going to say his name. Anyway, the son, he literally was one of the first people to get the barium implant, which means they take the intestine skin from the lower half of your body. Yeah, Bob Hope, but they lived to Bob Hope out here by the golf course in Toluca Lake. So you meet all your guys at the bar. Yeah, I meet everybody in the bar. Well, that's where I meet them. I mean, I'm not going online, but yeah, I meet them at the bar. I'm from that age of bars. But anyway, hi Bobby. Oh, Bobby. We went to the Bob Hope was Illuminati. Bob Hope was a handler. Bob Hope was not a nice person. All right. So, I mean, I don't mean to speak badly, but anyway, John's friend lives next door, grew up next door to Bob Hope. He had the barium implant because he burned out his esophagus drinking. And remember, he's a good looking guy. I literally met him with John maybe a month after I started dating John in the strip club. Anyway, he was talking to them and he was drinking, and they did a surgery where they took the intestine and put it here. It was one of the first ones. Anyway, he lived until his 60s. So I think he was younger than John. Maybe he would be 70 right now, a couple of years younger, whatever. And good looking guy, came from money, lived in that whole thing. Yeah, in the strip. Why was a stripper? How else am I going to meet men? Really? Where am I going to meet men? Hold on. Look. I say the strip club and this one answers. Hold on. I am live. I will call you back. I just answered. Okay. Bye. So there you go. Is that funny or what? I say strip club and they call. No, he's fine. I told him I'd call him back. Anyway, that's funny. That's funny, right? They can hear you. They fucking know you're talking about them, and they're like, she's talking about me. Ring, ring. Right? Did your phone ring from the strip club too, Ashley? I know. Ashley's cute. Ashley, you and I should have been dancers together, right? Shouldn't we? We should have been. They know when you're talking about them, but this wasn't a bad thing about him. This was his friend. And his friend, what did he do? If I remember correctly, what's that car? Is it a Ferrari or a Lotus car? Lotus or Ferrari, he crashed it into the smokehouse. This kid had more money than brains. This young man, older than me at the time, had more, money than brains and just fucking drove in, flooded, did all kinds of shit to his house. Private dancer. Exactly. Anyhow, that's what happened to him. But they were Bob Hope's died at 100. They were Bob Hope's next door neighbors. So, and his mom did all the jewelry, and then the wife took over the jewelry place. The castings, oh my God, the mom's name was Joan Castle. And I remember meeting Jeff again years later at his mom's funeral at the Bob Hope Country Club, right there at the country club, whatever it is right there. At the funeral, the wake, the whatever after the funeral. You know what I'm talking about, when they have the lunch and the dinner and everything. So my dog's name was Tucker. So I could say, hey, fucker. No, Tucker. It was Tucker because he tucked away the food. He came to me with that name. My mom sent him to me. And no, Bob Hope wasn't a good man. That's what I just said. But I was at the funeral. And I remember seeing Rodney Dangerfield in the strip club in Florida. Sorry, again, with that. He used to sit way up like a heckler at the back up from the stage. That was in Florida. That was in Fort Lauderdale. That was in that strip club. Or was it, hold on, which one was it? Yeah, Fort Lauderdale. It was a Fort Lauderdale club. So, yeah, that's when I saw him. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. But men are in strip clubs. So what can I tell you? He was really old and really ugly at that time. No offense. Yeah, there you go. Bob Hope was a handler. That's what Bob Hope was. So, yeah. So he was up there looking, whatever. That was it. Tucker is your maiden name. Oh, I thought Ashley was asking about my dog. Yeah, Obama has COVID. Yeah, no one cares. Do strip clubs have? They do now. When I was dancing, I want you all. I am a Plutonian person. I have first house Pluto. Why else would I be in a strip club? And I have Uranus in the first house, so I don't want to be controlled. So Uranus and Pluto in the first house. That's right. Loaded 12th house. So there's that. I have 6 planets, 3 in the 12th house and 3 conjunct the 12th house. So everything's basically in the 12th house. That explains it all. First house, Pluto. But here's what I was going to say. When I was a dancer, honest to God, and I was back in the day, so 1981, okay? So back in the day. Yes, I know I was 14. Yes, I know it was illegal. That didn't matter or was no bother to anybody, all right? But here's the thing. Here, I am going on a road trip. I'm getting ready. I'm looking. But here's the thing. When I was back in the strip clubs back in the day, I'm a vintage stripper. That's right. I'm vintage. But when I was back there, my roommate outed herself on Donahue. That's how old I go back. My roommate in the strip club, who was a feature dancer when they hired girls special, okay, to come in on the banner. She was a feature dancer. She outed herself to her family on Donahue. Figure that one out. Yeah. That's how far I go back to when it was like, oh, now everybody wants to be a stripper. Everybody wants to pose naked. But the truth is back then they paid us. I did not pay the club to work there. I tipped the DJ. That's the only thing because, he did my music. He put my cassette tape in. Cassette. Or he played the music I wanted. I'd be like Prince and Michael Jackson. I always dance to Michael Jackson and stuff like that. Some were heavy rock. I was always pop because I can't dance anyway, but I can hang upside down from a pole. That's about it. Or a record. Exactly. Well, we did have Prince records. Yes. Remember that one, Little Nicky? That was pretty funny. I used to put that on. That was in the club up in Inglewood. Yes, you heard me correct. Anyway, I only had to pay the DJ. I did not pay to work in the clubs. They paid me to work in the clubs. And I was 23 when I got out. So from 14 to 23, on and off. Donahue, you remember that? Days of Our Lives, I know. Anyway, I didn't pay to work in the clubs. I traveled and my name would go up on the poster like a featured dancer. And I traveled in and out of different states, countries, and I did that. Yes. You know what Little Nicky was doing with a magazine in the middle of the hotel lobby? Yeah, the men thought that was hilarious. Sheila E, exactly. There you are, 21 and 81. There you are. I was 14. So I was in the clubs. I was all over. And this is before Tracy Lords. I've told that story. When I got out of stripping and my stripper friends, right? The clubs were nicer. Oh my God, so much nicer in some areas. Toronto was great. We had beautiful clubs in Toronto. Now they have sex acts in Toronto. Like you can go in, sit down, eat your dinner, and you could eat your dinner with naked dancers. Yeah, I couldn't understand that. You got someone dancing in your face with their hooch out and you're eating your chicken wings. I just like was like, can't do it. Sorry, you're like really into your addiction at that point. And you could smoke in the clubs back then, right? You could do all of that. But I know the pubes in the dinner. Okay, sorry. I used to make me, I'm like, are you people really eating? Like, that was just something. But anyway, yeah, no, it is gross, but that's what they did. You were born in December of 81, little Sag, little Sag. Thank you, Lula Moon. Yeah, I was one in 81, could barely walk. Thank you all for that. Yeah, Dita Von Teese is a um, burlesque dancer. I have some friends in their 50s that do burlesque. My stripper friends all went on to do very well. One of them was so funny. True story. When I first saw Ariana Grande dancing, like singing and dancing, not stripping, dancing, I'm like, who dressed her? I recognize that. She looks like a little stripper. I kid you not. One of my friends from the clubs was her fashion coordinator. My other friend's in horror films, okay? So she's known as a scream queen. My other friend does still all the conventions with the porn because she went from stripping into porn. So yeah. And one of my friends is a hairdresser, former stripper. So we all went on and I was psychic. And so I was always reading in the back room. So there's that. But anyway, yeah, that's it. But I never paid to work in the clubs. I didn't pay to grind on them. We did have table dances. You had to jump up on a table or a horseshoe table, if y'all remember that back then. Probably Bobby does in Texas. We have to jump up on a horseshoe table so you're in the middle and their drinks are like crotch level or their food. And you're in like 6-inch heels. Or you had to just bring your table dancing box over, put it down in front of a chair and dance for a song. That was it. And then they paid me at that time. I was making just to do 3 sets a day in Toronto as a young, that's no tips, no nothing. I literally was getting a paycheck of $2,000 a week. And that was in 81. And that was for 3 songs a day, but it was in a 6-hour shift. So 15 minutes, 15 minutes, and 15 minutes. And that's without tips. That's me doing no table dancing, no nothing. Now the girls have to give the club money to work there. So, and that's it. Yeah. There. Oh my gosh, you have a psychic development class. Good, Jenny. I don't know if I had them. I mean, why am I going to sit there and work? I mean, I'm sorry, I shouldn't. But anyway, and then when I went to Florida to work at the club in Florida, the Dollhouse, from the famous song, you know, girls, 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 working at the Dollhouse. When I went to work at the Dollhouse, I literally was walking down Hollywood Boulevard in my booty shorts and high heels, literally wandering around like a little vegetable in my head. Just eating, I was actually eating an ice cream bar. I remember this. And some really big muscular man with a shaved head came up to me and he's like, they didn't have VIP rooms when I was there. I mean, you could fuck whoever you wanted and charge them if you wanted to. We didn't have VIP rooms. That started after I left. And then you had to pay to work the clubs, which I was never going to fucking do. I didn't hire a manager. Some of my friends had managers. I was not going to do that either. I was going to be nobody's bitch. Anyway, I met this guy on the street, literally in Hollywood Boulevard. And he goes, come to my office. He gave me a card off of Hollywood Boulevard. He was a professional wrestler. I cannot remember his name. Anyway, I went in there and I thought, oh, he's probably going to ship me out and try to like kidnap me, prostitute me. But then I saw my friend Lene on a picture of her. She was in Penthouse. And I'm like, oh, okay, he knows her. So I asked him how he knew her. He mentioned, and then he's like, I'll fly you out to Florida. Here's a ticket. He just handed me a ticket. He's like, do you want to go work at a club in Florida? Now, I could have been kidnapped, but he just gave me the ticket and it was for a few weeks later and I hopped on a plane to Florida. When I got to Florida, nobody met me at the airport and I was like, oh my God. So I called the club and I believe the guy's name was Randy. And I said, aren't y'all supposed to be coming to get me like I got here? And then I ended up working at the Dollhouse in Florida. So I lived here in LA and I flew out to Florida. So I'd come home for a week, go for 2 weeks, come home for a week, work in a club here, work there, work here, work there, work here, work there. Um, that's what I did. Nothing ever happened. And they put me in a room, and my roommate, her name was Christiana Sabella, and I'm Sloan Bella, but I wasn't a Bella then. But anyway, she was the half sister of Leah Remilly. So that's how that story went. She did not like me because they just put me in her hospital room, and she came in and she's like, "You didn't go through my stuff, did you?" And I'm like, "I barely fucking got in the door." Anyway, we became friends and it was fun. And she liked Christian Dior makeup. That's what I do remember. She had a real slinky, sexy body, that one. Anyway, yeah, Italian, dark hair. So the opposite look of me. 33 on April 14th. Anyway, that's how the clubs, happy birthday, Francis, early. That's how the clubs worked back then. Yeah, Pompano Beach. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a clue. I was staying in they put us up at the Ramada Inn and in Fort Lauderdale. That's actually where we lived back then. That's where and I still have my little crop top pink, dollhouse with the blue lettering. Super cute. Maybe it was in Orlando. It was one of the dollhouses. Yeah, but I was in Jesus, what the hell is wrong with me? Fort Lauderdale. I was right on the beach, and I was at the Ramada Inn. They had a hotel full of strippers. They put us up in our rooms. That was back then. Yeah, there you go. Too afraid to go in to apply for a job. Yeah, well, we had a house mistress in the back, and they would announce you, like you'd come out in a ball gown as if you were special. I came out in white spandex and like white studded. Who wears white spandex? Because it's not good. Anyway, I came out in white spandex, and I came in like a mini skirt with a bustier. That's as much of a gown. But the girls came out and they would say, from Los Angeles. And I worked under the name Sloan there. I literally worked under the name Sloan. So in LA, I didn't work under that name. But in Florida, I worked under the name Sloan. And they'd say Sloan from, Los Angeles. And then they would announce you and you'd walk out. So there'd be like 11 girls walking out. And then we'd all do our sets on 3 different stages back then. That's what we did. Whatever. That's it. That was all. Oh, almost choked on that. But anyway, that was it. Leah Remy's, yeah, her half-sister. Yes, her half-sister. That was it. That's how it worked. And yeah, I met my men in there. I may have been engaged to somebody from Florida at one time. That could be true. Might not be true. I don't remember. Anyway, and then I got married in between and all, a stripper life. But now they make the girls pay. Like you have to pay. It's terrible. Or paying. Yeah, they pay hour. Some stripper. I'm not going to do that. You're going to pay to see me. Like I'm not in. And they made it where women have to see. They figured out the women, like when I was doing it, only the whores did it. I'm not a whore and neither were they. But that's what society called you. So people were afraid to do it because they're like, you get called, you get shamed, you get, all kinds of shit, right? Now, everybody wants to be naked and show off their BBLs and their boobies, right? And all of that kind of stuff. So they wanted to do that. Dollhouse was okay, but not like the Canadian clubs that were far superior. Yet men don't get called anything. Well, yeah, I call them the C word. That's what I do when you're flat-chested. But you know what? My roommate was not big-chested. I was naturally big-chested before. I didn't have a boob job when I danced. I didn't get my boobs till after. But anyway, no, men like all kinds of different women. Men like all kinds of different women. They like boobs. The fetish people like certain things. If you have a nice body or you have a nice sexual energy or you have a nice way of expressing yourself, I don't think the size of your chest matters, really. I don't think that matters. I think what matters is that a go-go club. I would have loved to do go-go with the boots and the skirts. That would have been fun too. But I don't think it matters what your size is, honestly. That's patriarchal telling you have to have bigger boobs. It's really, whatever. You're a psychic stripper. There you go. There you go, little sunshine, psychic stripper. So was I. I was always doing readings. I did astrology readings. I worked in the clubs and I did readings for the girls and their boyfriends and clients. So I did both. I did all of those things, everything. I did. I mean, it's just stripper name in the name. First, yeah, that's your porn name. I was, let's see, I was a pom pom girl in high school. Totally, totally. You should do whatever you want. I mean, I learned a lot. I learned, it made me think all men are gay. That's a problem. I know that it doesn't matter if you have big boobs or little boobs. It does not matter. There's many different, I got to see all kinds of different women's bodies, so I know what vaginas look like. I'm not scared of my own vagina. I saw many, I mean, because you're in the change room. There are girls in the change room that would be passed out drunk. Sometimes I was that girl. There were girls in the change room that, were like literally hanging upside down in front of the mirror, shaving, doing everything. Let's see. I've got to look at this. Thank you all so much. I spent the day in bed crying, but I know I have to go through it. Slow now. Oh, good for you, Kelsey. Don't use. You got to go through. If you're detoxing, go out and walk. Go out and walk. Just try to walk around the block. Put sunglasses on. Pasties. Yeah, pasties and panties all over the floor. Pasties. That's the name of our book, Bobby. The Psychic PI. Pasties and panties, right? Anyway, this is driving me crazy, this choker. I actually have to take it off. But porn socks. Yes, pom-pom socks and porn socks. Look at this. I'm trying to get this off because it's literally bugging the shit out of me. Anyway, there were all kinds of people in the change rooms. So you see what every vagina looks like and you see what breasts look like. You see, and still you wonder, you think, well, because society tells you if you have big, I haven't tried a sauna blanket. If you have big boobs, you're better or whatever. Not true. Not true at all, because you learn that from in the strip clubs. You see the girls that get a lot of money. It's the energy. It's what they say to the men. It's what the men like. There's a certain, I can't get this off. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna have to leave it on. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. You learn that. So you don't really buy into, if you have bigger boobs. My friend Deborah, she used to eat fire on stage. So she went and ate fire on stage. My friend Jody could dance. She had a rocking body though. She did have big boobs and just a killer body. And she could really dance. Okay. My friend Lene could dance. They could really dance. Debbie would eat fire. I couldn't dance, but I could be, I could focus on people and I could like move my 6-pack at the time. 6-pack went after the kids, but I could move my 6-pack. So I could do like belly dancing kind of stuff. But I mean, there's all kinds of dancers. My friend Bridget, she just went out and, Natasha, she went out and she just was a great dancer. She was very sexy. So there's tons, there's different, and she was tall, Jody was tiny, Debbie was tiny, I was curvy. I mean, it's just different. So don't ever think that your body's not good. You have no idea what men like. Not that we're here to please men, but I'm saying the women were all beautiful. And women have such hang-ups that they're doing surgeries on their vaginas to look a certain way or whatever on their lady parts. I saw every lady part. No, you can't help. You walk in and their legs are literally up like this and they're shaving. So you can't help but walk in and see. So you see every part of a woman's body. And we had a mirror before we went out on stage, and literally every girl would bend over and look at underneath where your under trunks are supposed to be, look at your hooch to make sure there was nothing showing, and they would go out. Some shaved, some not shaved, some with jewels, some not with jewels. That's what I'm saying. So you don't know. You don't know, right? Oh my God. Amy, okay. Your Keithy was all over my, thank you. Tell me, Amy, tell me what he said. Please and thank you so much, Amy. So good. Anyway, thank you for that. Yeah. So when we're taught that women should look a certain way, the beauty standards, there is no beauty standard in a strip club. It's an energy. It's an energy. And it's also, I went to an acrobatic strippers are athletes. They are athletes. I have to take this off, y'all. They are athletes. I literally can't get this off. I have to look. I'm really sorry. It's actually bugging me to death. But anyway, girls are absolutely different and beautiful in every side. Some people that you wouldn't consider were beautiful, they put their makeup on and they transformed and they were amazing. Some people were literally like, free the bondage. Okay. Some people were, I took yoga stripping class. There you go. Some people were, one way and they were completely, just effervescent on stage. Others got real moody and mysterious. It just, yeah, so exactly. Some people need makeup. And it was just different for everybody. I was always telling jokes on stage. Like I found everything funny and I find everything funny. So I do laugh at funerals. I do laugh during sex. I think things are fucking funny, okay? But meaning when I was dancing, I literally would have my ass in someone's face. I'd be hysterically laughing because I thought, what fucking planet am I on? Like, this is just idiotic. This is what I used to think. This is just fucking idiotic. Just idiotic. And I used to mimic Michael Jackson's noises with my stomach. That's actually what I went around doing. That's it. I found it funny. If they got too intense with me, I found it funny. It's funny. So I would do stuff and then be serious and then be funny again. So I did that kind of stuff. There's a lot of different personalities in dance clubs. Full naked is different than topless, is different than bikini bar dancing. They had all of that. Like you could do all of it. So laugh and point during sex. No, I don't laugh and point. I just think things are funny. Like my reaction to everything is funny. Yeah, no, I just think it's funny. I don't know what to say. Mm. I can't show you. I'm too old for that. But I'm out of the acrobatic. No, I find it funny. I had to relieve stress. Think about that. You're psychic, and actually Debbie was psychic as well. Debbie did Reiki and was psychic as well. And Keith pops up every time I catch a live. Thank you for that. Yeah, Keith had a great sense of humor too. Yeah, I'm an old muffin now. Whatever. But I mean, you learn not to judge yourself. Like when women are all worried about certain things when they haven't been in the sex industry, it's like, yeah, there's so many types. You don't know what somebody likes. You don't know because sexuality can be based on several different things. I don't know how I got into a sex conversation tonight, but sexuality can be based on your first sexual experience, your familiar sexual style. If you were abused or raped or anything, it can be based on that. If you found pleasure from that, you may have those kind of images in your head. So you never know what people are really going after. And it's not the same thing. It's really not, especially when I'm in therapy. I make so many jokes. Yeah, therapy, exactly. It's absurdly funny. Life is absurdly funny, right? Really funny. But back in the day, now they turned the strip clubs into women prostituting for these clubs. How dare they not? It's like waitressing. Waitressing, they used to go, oh, well, we're only going to give you $2 an hour because you get tips. They're actually stifling your ability to make money. The authorities, right? They're actually stifling your ability to be financially successful. So they're saying because you're a waitress and you derive your money from being in a restaurant and you get tips, they're going to punish you for making more money, therefore keep you at a lower level. They did that with strippers too. They're like, we're not going to pay you a lot. What we're going to do is we're going to make you pay the clubs out more. So not only do you have to pay your bartender, your DJ, now we want you to pay the club for the privilege of showing your hooch and your booty and your fucking boobies in public. And then you may or may not make tips, but you're going to give the club $150 a night. That's when I left. That's actually when I left. That's when I left. And I was 23. When was I 23? Probably like 80. Oh my God. 4 years from 1981. 1990. Thank you. So yeah. No, it wasn't scary because I worked as a waitress in the club. So, yeah, I'm not paying anybody for the privilege of working to you. I'm not going to join a psychic site, give them $100 a month to validate me. I'm never doing that. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't need you to validate me. I'm not doing it. No, I wasn't nervous the first time I went up because my friend Tracy at the time, she wanted me to go through her manager. And then, so I went to the manager and he said, "Nah, I've seen you in a bathing suit. Just get up on stage." So I just got up on stage and it was hilarious. So it was fucking hilarious. Anyway, I wasn't nervous about it at all. No, I was like, all right, whatever. And I found it funny. I thought it was up, and I knew the customers from being a bartender, serving drinks. Yeah, in Toronto, I drank. By the time I was 20, I wasn't drinking anymore. Diet soda. I was doing the male strips. Yeah, they're very, very different. Diet soda was what I drank. I didn't really drink alcohol. I didn't do the wine splits, no. I didn't smoke the weed. I did smoke cigarettes till I might have been 22, and it got in the way of my running. So I would get off the clubs in Florida at 4 a.m. and go run on the beach. So that's what I did. Yeah. So I didn't, no, I didn't drink. In Canada, I did. I mean, I would drink, but not all the time. I was about making money in the club. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, I met all kinds of dark, nervous energy. Yeah, I don't miss smoking either. You meet all kinds of people and you read their energy. There were a lot of addicts in the clubs, though. They're addicts, okay? They are very nice to us. I know the male strip clubs are different. They're totally different, which is so nice. The women, I guess maybe it's more expected from us, but yeah, make it rain, bitches, with your dollar bills. But yeah, the clubs were. I mean, I was protected by my boss in Los Angeles. I was protected always, 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 always. And I'll tell you a story. Here's a story. This is a true story. I worked at a club in Los Angeles, and I'm not going to look, this eye is totally running. Something ran into my eye. I worked in a club in Los Angeles, in Inglewood. I'm just going to leave it at that. Anyway, I worked at this club, and the club that I worked at, okay, thank you. Let's make it rain in here. Thank you, Ashley. And Tracy. Tracy's always making it rain. Male strip clubs are too funny with all their flopping around. No, I think male strip clubs are great. I told you I had that one friend. What the hell did she call herself? I want to say she called herself, oh my God, she called herself the name of a city. I can't remember her. She hated men so badly. She was pregnant working in our strip club in Toronto. She drags me to the male strip club with her. He puts his box down, this really handsome young man. He's dancing in front of us. She literally pulls out, like I'm sitting with her. I don't want the guy dancing for me. Like really, I just don't even want to be there. But I went with her because she was pregnant and fucking weird. Anyway, so she's literally pulls a magazine out and starts reading it and ignoring him. So she's like obnoxious to him. So when we left, Dallas, yeah, maybe it was, I cannot remember her name, honestly. Anyway, when she left, I had to go back and tip the guy, and I had to apologize because she was such a see you next Tuesday. I went outside. I'm like, I'm not going with you anymore. I'm not going with you because you are being mean. You don't fucking like it. I don't like it. What the hell are you doing? Anyway, the guy, like, he had to sit there and he had to dance, and she was being just like, I'm not going to pay attention to you. Maybe she dated him. I don't know. She never told me, but I had to tip him. I felt so bad for him, and I never went back. I didn't show my face in there because I was like, girl, what are you doing? Anyway, she wanted to humiliate him. Obviously, she wanted to humiliate him like she was, but she was pregnant dancing. She got more business pregnant. And I mean, at 9 months pregnant, the men were loving her. I was disgusted by these men. What story? Yeah, I'll tell you the story. I forget what I was going to tell you. What the hell was I going to tell you? Oh my God. Now I just forgot the story. Oh yeah. I worked in a club in Inglewood, and I went and danced at this club, and I was pretty straight in the club. Like I didn't take anybody home. I didn't drink or whatever. Hi, Jennifer. Didn't do any of that shit. But my boss had a brother. Okay. There were 3 bosses. So there were 2 brothers, and that's all I'm going to say. And there was a very tall former Mr. Universe participant, half black, half white, former cop too, I want to say. Like really, really good looking man. He wore like the Elvis sunglasses. He had the long hair, very handsome. He's the one that used to have me work at his house topless and serve him breakfast. He did not like white women to date, but he liked white women as his kitchen help. Anyway, I was like, whatever, dude, you want to do that for money? I have no problem. We used to have to waitress topless as well. Talk about patriarchal. What the hell? Anyhow, he shared the club with these 2 brothers, and one of the brothers gave me a car. And he said, just make the payments on this car. And it was a red Toyota Celica. And he said, just make the payments on the car, right? No, not Eric Estrada. No. This guy was a former Mr. Universe contestant, and he was like 6'5", muscular, mulatto, and really, really good looking. He carried a snake around his neck and had a suitcase full of drugs, whatever. He was on that trip, drove everywhere in a limousine, and had many women, and then he liked the white girls topless to serve him breakfast. Whatever, if you're going to pay me triple what I make in a day, I'm going to go to your house, I'm going to cook you breakfast, and I don't care. Anyway, and it was a ranch, really. But anyhow, all of that aside, so one of my bosses said, here, do you want to take the payment over, take this car payment over? I didn't have a car at the time. I had an old car. that some other guy gave me. And so I said, sure, I'll make the payments. So I made the payments to my boss, and he paid the payments for the car. And then he would, when the car was paid off, he gave me the pink slip. So I was sitting in the car one day, and I was driving it, and a dead girl showed up on the right side of the car in the passenger seat, a brunette girl. And she's like, you're driving my car. And I was like, this is my car. Because I was making the payments on it. I mean, I did it. He's like, and he had told me his girlfriend had run away from him. Anyhow, anywho. So the brunette girl was there, and she's talking to me, and she would pop in and pop out. And it didn't occur to me for many, many months. Many, many months. Listen to this. And Mac, Big Mac, the guy that had the snake around his neck and like the whiteys to cook for his breakfast. Actually, it was good money, whatever. Yeah, no, a friend of mine in the Valley was going to go start dating him. And I told her at the time, I was working in another club. I said, I don't think, she was asking about him, and I knew him personally, but she was asking about him from a psychic perspective in the change room. I said, don't go out there. Don't go on the date with him. Just wait a week. Go out with him next week. Just put him off for a week. Right? And she's like, but he wants to go out with me. Anyway, he was gunned down and murdered in his limo. 7 other people in the limo with him. It has to be in the late 80s. Anyway, he was murdered, and he went down. And when I started dating John, I said, I think my old boss killed my other boss, right? And the girl whose car I was driving, who I wasn't driving that car because it blew up at that time. Anyway, 15 or 16 years later, John and I are watching TV, and that's exactly what happened. It flashes. They caught the other, it wasn't my boss, the brother, it was his brother that did it. Mafia, absolutely. And the little girl she was never seen again. I don't even know whose car that was. I just know I saw her in spirit, but it was very, very, very interesting. So I should look that up. I just remember that happened. That happened at the time, and John's like, you were right, that's what happened. Anyway, that was it. Yeah, they're okay. I didn't even try to, oh my God. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, that's what happened. But it was kind of interesting to, I'm just checking if any of Dee's called. Yeah, it was very, very, very rest in, okay. Prince, thank you for that. I don't think Magic Johnson died. But it was quite interesting. Anyway, I don't know I do not have a clue who the girl was. Yeah, Mac died. So did the people in his car. He had the limo driver. He had a carload full of always strippers, girls, druggies, hanger-oners, whatever. Let me see. Strip club owner. Oh my God. It's like 15 years ago. John's like, you were right. But it was the other brother, not the brother I worked with. It was the other one. And they killed their business partner. Killed by business. And he went to jail. I just remember the face. But I didn't really talk to that. I didn't really talk to that partner. I talked to the nice brother. But yeah, you're in the Mafia with that. But they were all very good. They were all very protective of, I didn't have a problem, but I'm pretty sketchy. I'm not gonna commit to anything. I wasn't into drugs. I'm not gonna date you. I'm not gonna do, there you go. LA strip club owner guilty of 89 murder. There you go. All right. Former CHP officer accused of ordering the slaying of the man who co-owned several nude clubs with him, convicted of first-degree murder 12 and a half years after. Okay, his name was Horace, but it was Big Mac. They have in brackets. McKenna was gunned down outside of his Brea mansion. Michael Woods, 59, dropped his head on the guilty plea verdict, touched off in the Santa Ana courtroom. Woods' wife and 2 grown daughters sobbed hysterically. Anyway, the silver-haired Woods, his brother was my boss. My name was Tiffany in that club. And Chuck was his brother. Anyway, the silver-haired Woods sitting at the defense table turned towards his family and said softly, "Don't cry," at the back. McKenna's 35-year-old son wiped his eyes. Yeah, I didn't know his last name was McKenna. That's interesting. I knew him as Big Mac. So let's look at it. He was super handsome back then, 89. There you go. That's funny, his last name. But they did murder him outside in the limo. So yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. See? Former police officer. You know what I'm saying? There you go. I'm going to look at his picture. Let's look at his picture. See if we can pull a picture up. Yeah, he was this is exactly how I remember him right here. Super good looking, super fun right here. Did not need to be murdered. Don't know what. Yeah, they're all in bed together. Yeah, but that was him. And here's the Elvis glasses, y'all. There's the Elvis glasses. See? Elvis glasses. I just remember that. I mean, oh my God. I so remember that. I so remember that. Yeah, no, but he was super nice. I mean, I don't know what he did on his free time. I'm never going to get involved with what they do on their free time. I just floated in and out of the clubs. Yeah, here he is. So you can really tell it's the 70s and 80s right there. You know, so he was into the weightlifting and all of that. You see, good looking guy. I mean, he whatever, you know. Yeah, he had a hot bod, super good looking, super attractive, total Elvis glasses. That's what I remember. And his hair was long when he used to come into the clubs. And he carried a briefcase full of pills. If I remember, you know what? You know how I got away? I don't commit to the energy. I'm not going to commit to that. I'm not, those butt hugger shorts, that's the late 70s and 80s. He was wearing the long pants. That was better. But he was he got murdered. I mean, I remember it so specifically, and it was 12 and a half years after. So going back, anyway, that's what happened. And again, I was on that movie with Kato Kalin where, you know, I got fired, which was Beach Fever, which had OJ and Kato. So I literally skirted the outskirts of every weirdo thing that happened, and John Holmes style briefcase, bingo. Yeah, we had Daisy do. Yeah, that's what he was. That's what the guys were wearing. Fucking hilarious. Anyway, and what happened on March 9th? Oh, did it? Really? March 9th. That's my wedding anniversary. That's weird. But yeah, I remember because I was dancing at the club I met John in, and I remember and what the hell was her name? Oh my God. What was her name? Oh my God, I can't remember her name. She was a little girl with like Italian, and Bridget was her name. And she was dancing, little girl, real good dancer. And she was going out on a date with him. And I said, don't do it. Literally don't go near him. And not for any other reason than it didn't feel right to me. The red card blew up while I was on the way. I was on the way to the airport with one of the strippers who lived in Australia to take her to LAX, and I didn't put oil in my car for a long time, and it blew up on the side of the road. So she had to come stay with us for a few more weeks, and then she went back home. That's it. That's it. That's what happened. That's the whole life story. That's it. Yeah, let's see. I know I'm menopausal, but I've also had it my whole life. What, menopause or psychic stuff? No, I didn't know Frank Zappa. There was a sign, exactly. No, I knew a lot of people. I didn't mind being in that business, but I was around it quite a bit, but not in it. Like if anybody got too like wanting to be my friend or wanting me, it's not all John's fault. It takes two. I didn't say it was all John's fault. But in the case of abuse, it's usually the person who's the manipulator taking the abuse. Like if someone smacks you in the face, it's always their fault. If someone cheats on you, it's always their fault. If somebody holds a knife to you, it's always their fault. I'm not saying he did that, but it depends what kind of relationship. If it's just an argument, it's one thing, but if somebody's a narcissist, it's their fault. If somebody is a drug addict or an alcoholic, it's their fault, okay? It's their fault. I fight back, but that's what that is. So if you're on drugs and you're doing that, it's a problem. Yeah, so I knew a lot of people, but I float in, I'm a floater. So I don't ever commit to knowing things. I won't commit to drugs. I won't commit to, I'm not going to commit to like spending my life following you around. I always have my own shit going. So, no, I didn't get anything from Tracy back. Well, I kind of feel I know what happened. No, I don't play the victim. No. Yeah, man. I think that men say it takes two to tango. It depends what you're dealing with. If your man is cheating and doing all kinds of things, then he's a piece of shit, right? I'm not saying John was doing that. I'm saying, like, when you say that it takes two to tango, I mean, is that true? Like in Phil Spector's case, did it take two to tango with his two wives and his girlfriend that he shot in the mouth? I mean, no, his abuse was over the top. So no matter what those women did, they didn't expect to walk into that, right? So it doesn't take two to tango. If your man's physically violent or intimidating or manipulative because he's a alcoholic or a drunk, that's not two to tango. So there's that. Beach Fever. I was Bikini Girl in a movie called Beach Fever with Kato Kaelin, and I came around to be hired years later with Kato Kaelin, and I met Georgetta Foreman. And so George Foreman's daughters were doing that, and Kato Kaelin was going to be host, and I was going to be a host. So, and that was, I don't know, some crazy time frame. I can't remember when that was. So I met a lot of people. You run through a lot of people. And Woods, our CHP motor officer. There you go. Yeah. I remember, well, they ran the strip club in Inglewood that I worked at, and it was a skank ass club, by the way. Very small club. Change room was this big, like literally this big. So it was very, very, hi, Eric, how are you? Yeah, it was very, very, very small strip club. Imperial Highway, and I can't even remember the name of it, but I worked there quite a bit. Kato Kaelin. The movie was Beach Fever. The movie was Beach Fever. Yeah, Jet Strip. Thank you. No, it wasn't the Jet Strip. Was it the Jet Strip? Oh my God, I can't even remember. I worked there 86, 87, on and off till when I quit. So I went, whatever, all over. Just wherever. I didn't care, but the California clubs are ghetto clubs compared to around the world. There really are ghetto clubs. So there's so many things. So you have to watch anyway. Bare Elegance, that's it. There you go. Thank you. And it was it's I'm just answering Marvin's girlfriend. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was the club back then, and it was super tiny. Super tiny. And we had to serve the drinks topless. I wasn't in the movie. I got fired. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, well, Steve Perry used to, I don't know if he's good or bad, but he runs the same hills in Burbank. You would be surprised who you meet hiking, y'all. Bare bottom elegance. Yeah, you're completely naked. You do the first song dressed, the second song in a bikini, your underwear, a G-string, topless, whatever. The third song, your thong is coming off. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it was. Didn't bother me. We're all born naked. I don't have shame around it. People wanted me to have shame around it, but I don't have shame around it. Sorry. Topless is nobody. Everybody's naked in public anyway. I don't have shame. I don't care. I don't have shame. I don't even have shame if I chose to fuck people for money. I didn't, but I don't have shame. So yeah, I mean, why should I have shame? Because I didn't have to pay to be a stripper and I was cute. That's what women are jealous of. I mean, Jesus. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say. Now everybody wants to be one, or they're like, I could have been one. Well, then, bitch, do it. Do it. Do it. I don't have any shame in it. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't carry shame and I don't carry guilt, with the exception that my son died. And I carry a lot of guilt around that he shouldn't be gone. But other than that, I don't really carry it. And you're not supposed to carry guilt or shame. It's low vibrations. I mean, I did the work. I never planned to be it my whole life. At 23, I thought, you're getting old, meaning you don't look good. So out you go and you do your psychic stuff. So I did it, started doing it full time. And actually I worked in John's restaurant. Yes, Keith's timeline did change. So I worked in John's restaurant. So that's what I did. I've run by Steve Perry. I haven't met him. I've run by Steve Perry. Yeah, so I've run by him on the hills, and everybody has in Burbank. Everybody. Honest to God, my now husband said that my 4-year-old son and I lived as I know. I don't carry shame for that shit. Like, if you don't like that I was a stripper, John's family his daughter had a lot of shame that I was a stripper. She didn't like the fact I was a stripper, but whatever. Aw, thank you. Yeah, your mom could have hugged you in a dream. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Your mom could have hugged you in a dream. Dream state is where they come to us. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I mean, that's where they do come. Steve Perry's a musician, correct. Um anyway, well, in the strip industry, I didn't want to be a 40-year-old stripper. I knew that, okay? Yes, Zach is an amazing guitarist. His children are fabulous. His wife is fabulous. Absolutely. Lila's friends with Sabbath, and that's that. With that. But what I was going to say is, what was I going to say? At 23, do you really want to be a 40-year-old stripper? I did not. I wanted to go into my TV career because I put it on hold. So I started going in to TV. I decided I didn't want to work. John and I opened a restaurant. It was his restaurant. We furnished it. He owned a bar. He owned several bars and restaurants and did his own work. And um, anyway, I decided just to start going on camera again and doing that. No, I didn't do another show with Susan. I talked to Susan, so I didn't do another, granny strippers are fine. It wasn't what I wanted to do. Stripping really messed me up. There's a lot of men, I didn't want to be in the restaurant business either because I don't like anything to do with cooking. I don't mind baking shit, but I just didn't want anything to do with cooking. So, yeah, so yeah, she wanted to. Here's the thing. I find that ugly women comment on strippers because they have an insecurity because you get the face you deserve, okay? That's what you get. So women without a face that they can't, they have a lot of insecurities because maybe they're not the attractive ones. And I'm not judging them. I'm just saying in this particular instance, someone was hit with an ugly stick, and I'm going to say that out loud, and I'm always going to say it out loud, okay? Because you want to be a bitch to me when I can't defend myself, I'm a bitch to you now. I never forget what someone says, but it's usually the ugly women. And you want to know who's getting the most sex in the clubs? And I'll tell you this for a fact. Not the Anna Nicole Smiths in the club. Okay. Not, and Bobby can tell you this too. It's the women that are like 50 pounds overweight, dancing, the fetish dancers and stuff. They're the ones. They're the ones that get the most action in butter face. Yeah. But her face, that's what no, you can't, you don't want to mess with a good face. Like I probably will one day, like I can see whatever, I don't even care. But I don't want to mess, you don't want to mess with your face because just think about it. If they pull your face, you want to know if you do mess with your face. My friend told me this. If you get a facelift, right? So they pull your skin up here. And so if your hairline's here, that's why their faces look so pulled because the hair can't grow where the cut is. So you want the hair, you want to make sure they go like under the ear here or behind here, right? So yeah, the ugliest women, they don't like pretty women. And I can't help how I look and they can't help how they look. And Bobby can't help that she's gorgeous and I need to become a fetish dancer. Well, no, I have a friend that's literally 400 pounds. It's not good. This one's going to start showering in public. I have a friend that's like 400 pounds. Fat acceptance, and they love her. She poses in lingerie and shit and sends me the pictures. I'm like, fucking great for you. But that is a thing. Okay. Some men like, yeah, they have ear scars, but the hair, think of this. This is your hair growing down. Your hair's not going to grow. Like if they cut this skin and pull it back here and attach it here, and then the scar goes here, this isn't going to grow. So you have to always ask about where the hair is. Also with the brow lifts, you can see they pull it up like this. Yeah. Anyway, that's what they do. I don't want to, yeah, glad I'm not. No, I mean, most people, if you're a kind person, it shows through your eyes. If you're a petty, jealous skank bag, no, get lipo if you want in your hips, you can cover it up. But if you're, yeah, I won't do the fox eye lift. I can't even imagine that. Just draw your makeup up like this. I can't even imagine if you're, quote, not considered beautiful, you're beautiful in your own way. We all are, right? And it's societal. Like BBLs are important right now. Is that really beautiful or is that not beautiful, right? I don't know. I wouldn't do it, but whatever. Anyway, if they're considered beautiful, good for them, but it doesn't make you less beautiful and you shouldn't attack people who you feel are less beautiful. No, I'm not touching my face. I'm saying tummy lipo, you could do that. You could do hip lipo. You could do all that shit, right? Fat legs in my butt. Yeah, but if your husband likes it, then you BBL where they stick the fat off your belly and your thighs into your ass. I just absolutely can't even go there because I'm constantly running uphill to stop my ass from growing. You know what I mean? Yes. Isn't it William Hurt? Anyway, but I'm constantly doing that. Constantly. I don't really have a skincare routine the way you think. I wipe my eyeshadow off with Neutrogena. Here, you can see. It's really my skin. I don't use Botox. Anyway, I don't put anything. My lips, I overline them. This is what I do. Okay, I overline them. But if I take my lipstick off, my lips are, small. Anyway, not small, whatever. You should get a tummy tuck. Absolutely, do that. Have them do that. Why wouldn't you do that after kids? Why would anybody? Why would anybody not do that if they can save to do that? I would say do that 100%. You save to get braces and glasses and stuff and change your contact lenses and all that. So I use a Neutrogena $4 facial wash. And then I gargle with coconut oil in the shower. I shave with coconut oil. I put coconut oil and lotion on my tattoos. Hustle butter on my tattoos because Jason and Kenna. And then I put coconut oil here. I use a little bit of moisturizer, whatever kind of moisturizer. And then I put sunscreen on, but still the sun gets me. And then I use Too Faced makeup and I use Shape Tape under here and just whatever on my face. I use whatever stuff. I use Estelle's eye makeup. I use Jafra Cosmetics. I use MAC. I use lip liner. I do everything. I do coconut oil. That's really what I do. Get a tummy tuck anonymous. Do it. A lot of women do it. You'd be surprised how many people do it. Do that. Get a tummy tuck. Just read about it. Know how much. Research your doctors. Check that they're good. And yeah, Mew Mew won't stop showering. She must have known mommy showered in public as a youngster. Anyway, do that. I mean, do whatever you want to do. Watch your faces though. Makeup makes me confident. I love makeup. I don't look at makeup as something because what's with the veil? I'll tell you. Oh yeah, I'm not even talking about the fucking veil. See, I write something and I don't talk about it. Yesterday when, hold on. I'm talking about the veil, but I remember I pulled up a picture here with my real lips in the 80s. Okay, so you can see how I line them. I've never plumped them. I line them like Lucille Ball. So y'all can do that. You don't have to stick shit in your lips. Or you can stick shit in your lips. But when you line them above and fill it in, then it makes them look bigger. So I will show you this. And then you can see, and then you will be like, okay, we know what this bitch looks like. Because somebody wanted to see, and I found a picture where I just put very dark, and probably don't have it now. I waste time doing this. I'm sorry, you guys. I downloaded a shit ton of pictures. A shit ton. Oh my God, where is that fucking picture? A shit ton. Now I can't find it. That's how many I open my iCloud again and it's always a problem. Anyway, and then I'll talk about the veil. I have to rename this after. Okay, now I'm looking. Okay. So here's my lips and this is in my dancing days. Okay. See those lips? Do you see those lips? They're the same lips, only I line them above. You see this? Now, if I put nude color on, it would look differently, right? But that's there. Look at my bad thin eyebrows. You see that? I know I loved my hair. Anyway, so you draw up like that around your lips. That's what I do. If I took this off, I literally draw with a thick pencil above and do it. Oh my God, you should have a tummy tuck, whether you carry one baby or 6, but 6 at one time. Holy shit. That's how you do your lips. And that's what, that's like what you do, really. And then, yeah, that's exactly what you do. And there, stripping right there. Look at the boobs, boobs, boobs. Okay, always in my underwear. That was stripping. Anyway, so you can see my lips were thinner then. That was also a style. So I use makeup, like you can use makeup, right? You can use makeup to change the shape of your face. You can use makeup. Yeah, that was a really messy bedroom. Anyway, yeah, that was me. That's what I look like. This is a 55-year-old. That's a 20-year-old or whatever. Yeah, exactly. But you can use makeup, and I always wore my hair up like that. You can use makeup to change the shape of your face. You don't have to contour. You can change the shape of anything. If you want fox eyes, you literally can put tape here and like put your eyes up however you want to do that. You can literally draw the line from inside your eye here and put it up here. And you can put on fake lashes. So you can have your eye arch like that, right? You can line your lips. I use nude. Remember, the darker the lip color, the thinner the lips, right? Darker, thinner. So you put on like moderate mean tone flesh tones and you use a flesh liner and you do like that. That's what I look like. That's really me. I didn't have any, that's my real body. No boob job, no nothing. That's my body. So that's what I look like. So that's what I did. That's it. Thank you. I wanted to be a starlet, but you know, whatever. Facelift tape. Bobby knows about that. Bobby tried it out before I did. But anyway, they have that tape. Lucille Ball. We all got that from Lucille Ball, right? We all got that. No, I don't use retinol because you can't go out in the sun. I'm in the sun too much to do any of that. You cannot do that. Like if you use retinol or you use, once I burnt the melasma off my face here and I couldn't go out in the sun for months. So I don't do that. I'll take all of this. I have all of this melasma under here. I will take it off when I start. Yeah, this is a 55-year-old version of that body. And after kids and everything, 5'6". I'm 5'6". I was, but I look like my mother. I was blessed, but I also look like my mom. Y'all know I look identical to my birth mom, who I didn't know. And people want to talk. That's the problem. Thank you so much for that. Okay, I'm going to talk. I'm going to show you one more picture. Let's see. Hold on. Anxiety and hives for 2 weeks. My hubby is having neck surgery. Oh my God. Okay. De La Vida. I hope I'm saying that right. Okay, 5'6'2". Good. Okay, De La Vida. Thank you for that. If you're having trouble, your husband's surgery is going to go fine. He has to have surgery to fix it. Okay, so they're probably going to fuse the neck and the top of the spine. I'm assuming that's what I'm actually feeling. I'm feeling like, yeah, you don't want to put retinol on your face and go out in the sun because it'll be whatever, right? Yes, or scarred now. I know. But I don't use anything. One time I did this here and that's it. And that was like 15 years ago. But your husband, and if your daughter's on the streets, what I would do, and I'm just saying this, I'll put the link up again with the Healing Barbie link. I would do the 10-minute timeline jumping. And when they ask you to envision your life in the perfect way, the way that you want it, I would envision your daughter safe and off the streets. Just because she's on the streets doesn't mean that she's going to die or anything like that. What it means is, I don't know how to get rid of your anxiety except to exercise and to accept the fact that this is the way your daughter is handling the trauma, because the trauma is what she's reacting to, whatever trauma it is. And I'm not blaming anyone, but there's trauma. So trauma is what's happening to her. So I would actually do the timeline meditation to envision her somewhere else, right? That's what I would say. That's what I would say. And just because you're homeless, I was homeless and running wild on the street and doing all of that stuff. Just because you are that way doesn't mean it. And I would say to you, when you're focusing, I would say to you to envision your daughter at home and safe, or in a home and safe. Okay. Depends how old she is, whichever home you want to use, whichever home. So I would envision her like that. And I would hold, like when I'm doing meditations, I'm always envisioning my family members and I as friends and getting along and, you know, being friendly with each other and all of those things. Right. So I always envision that kind of thing so that I can be friends with them. All right. And I mean, not that that matters or not, but that's where my mind's going to it. So that's what you want to do with it, with your daughter. You want to envision her as your friend, and you want to ask God to help her and to protect her. And you want to ask God to do it in the way that he can do it. And other than that, you don't have control. You can chase them down. That's for sure. You can definitely chase your daughter down. But if she's not ready to come in, you have no control. And remember, Kids that are on the streets and run away are dealing with trauma. Don't care if you say she had the perfect childhood or if anybody says it. We don't know what happens to our kids when our backs are turned, period. Trauma is the gateway drug to prostitution, to running away from home, to drug addiction, to alcoholism. It's trauma. So remember that. And I feel like it'll be okay, but we pray for her. But trauma is the gateway drug. So first she has to address her trauma. That's the way it is, honestly. So that's, that's what it is. Exactly. So anyway, here's a picture. And then I'm talking about the fucking veil. That's my birth mom. Can you see her? Do you see? That's the birth mom. You got that right there? So I look just like her, right? So now we can all stop saying nasty things about my face and how I don't look. But that's her. She's right there. That's in the 60s, but that's her. Before I met her, I didn't meet her till she was 47. Yes, it does take years to open up. Yeah, that's why I look like I do. It's not anything I've done. I look like her, right? I look like her. Oh, she's 35 and with her husband. Okay, so she's not on the streets. Did you say she was on the streets? Wait, I'm so confused. Daughter still on the streets. Okay, daughter still on the streets. You did say she's on the street, right? Yeah, as long as she's alive, you have a way to, oh, she's still on the streets. I get what you're saying. As long as she's alive, you still have a way to get her home. So that part is good, right? What I'm saying is we all look like our family. So go look at your mother and father's face and you look like one or the other of them. It is genetics. It's nothing I've done. My skin is her skin. It's nothing I've done. I mean, I don't drink. I don't smoke. And, I'm not doing anything like that. But anyway, what I wanted to say to you, the veil is so thin. Yesterday, I liked my birth mother. She smoked too much pot for my liking, and she was meek. Not meek. She was stubborn, but she wasn't aggressive. So for me, that was hard because she was very, very sweet. So I don't know how I got where I got, right? Who knows? But anyway, the veil yesterday, I was driving up north and the veil was so thin that I literally felt it colliding like two cement streets. She was a Gemini with a lot of Taurus. Two cement streets hitting like this, like in an earthquake where they collide into each other. So I know something is going down, okay? Something is going down. Why do some moms hate their daughters? Because they're narcissists and they're see you next Tuesdays. My mom didn't hate me. Yeah, weed. She smoked too much weed. Like she was always smoking the funny shit. And I don't like it. If you do drugs, I will not talk to you. I didn't talk to her for the 2 months before she died. She kept calling and I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. Because you're smoking pot and I don't feel like fucking talking to someone who's an addict all the time. I'm allowed to make that choice. You're allowed to smoke pot. I'm supposed to accept it. Then accept my fact to not fucking accept it on the phone. I don't want to deal with you. Something wrong with me? Maybe something's wrong with you that I want to fucking deal with you. So anyway, I'm not going to do it. It's a waste of my breath. So anyway, there's a colliding of the two worlds colliding like this. And the Pluto return has not come and gone. It's happening right now. We don't know really what's happening, but it is happening. Thank you so much. But the veil is so thin right now that literally I want to tell you guys to have you. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for that. I want to tell you guys thanks everybody for the super chats. I want to tell you guys though to have whatever you're thinking in your head, whatever fears you have, whatever's coming into your space. I want to tell you guys to have a different way of feeling about it because they are attaching our energy. Yeah, you can smoke weed, Cat. It's fine. I just don't want to be talking nonsense on the phone with people that think they're clever and they're smoking weed and they're slow talking. If you're my relative and you're calling me, you know this about me. I have a no drug policy tolerance. That's all. I have no tolerance for drugs and I'm entitled to it. Just like you're entitled to tell me y'all smoke weed and drink and do heroin. Just say, okay, who's telling me how to do it? Stop. Yes, well, they are slow talking when they smoke weed, but I don't care what you do, but I don't have to deal with you in my personal life, right? So, and that's the thing. Anyway, my point is with the veil, It's very, very thin. It is. Those are my boundaries. People think I'm judging them. I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. Trust me. Anything you've done, I've probably done it 6 times more, and I'm not fucking judging you. Okay. I don't like weed because I just don't like the way it reacts. But if you're talking heroin, if you're talking fentanyl, Tuinol, Sequinols, if you're talking weirdo shit, all of that shit, yeah. Been there, done that. Don't care. Don't care. Cocaine once, not a lot. But I choose not to do it. That's the point. Whoever's saying that, yeah, you know what? You have to go. So don't tell me to stay on topic. You get off my channel. Anyhow, the point is, the veil is really thin right now. I felt the cement crashing like this. When it does that, it means they're using our fear around what's going on to actually hone their energy and to, there you go, 20 months, good girl. They're using our energy to actually corral us with our fear. So everything about the Ukraine, what's going on, the wars, the money. Hi, Bobby. Thank you for that. All of that, all of those things. We are feeling that, and we all know that something isn't accurate in what they're reporting. I don't know what it is, but we all know there's something not accurate about it. So when something isn't accurate about it, we can feel that. So they're getting ready to do something and then to blame it. Yeah, alcoholics are fucking worse than anything on planet Earth. You got that right. I fucking hate alcoholics. I'm sorry if you're an alcoholic, but you cannot be around me. I hate you. Sorry. It's just true. I don't care. Your drunk nonsense and your bullshit and the fact that you drink every day makes me want to beat the shit out of you. I do not have empathy for you when you get dementia. I don't care if you fall down the stairs and crack your motherfucking head open. I hate you. You cause a lot of trouble on this planet, and you're part of the matrix because you're a fucktard. All right. So there you go. Anyhow, there's something that's going to happen that they're going to actually, exactly. There's something that's going to happen that they're going to tell us, and it's not actually accurate. Okay. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the war. I don't know if it's another war. Something is getting ready to happen, and I can almost gauge it. Like the ground feels like this, like I'm on a teeter-totter and I'm kind of balancing in the middle. So it's getting ready to happen. And what I feel, honestly, and I'm going to say this about the veil, what I feel is it's pulling, okay, so if you're on a teeter-totter like this, right? Pulling you down like this and shooting people up. So people are ascending and people are being pulled backwards onto the ground. That's what it felt like. And it felt like that on Saturday night, okay? A split. So what I feel is part of the people are going to be like, spiritually speaking, and it's not a judgment. It does not make you better if you have a belief in whatever, you pray to God, if you don't smoke pot or do smoke pot or do drink or don't, nothing, none of this makes you better or worse. It just is an experience. Okay. But what I'm saying to you is some of the people are going to fall for this and some of the people are going to fall for that. So we have to be very careful. What it's a teeter-totter. No, it's what I really felt. I was driving and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I saw the biggest cars on the freeway. Like, I don't see cars that big on the freeway normally. I really don't. Okay. I really don't. I do not see them. Gas guzzling cars. Gas is almost $7, $6.50, whatever. Hugest cars I've seen out. So that's showing me something doesn't care about the gas. So those are probably them. It's a tipping point. It's literally going like it. I could feel it last night, like this or this. And I use ascension into the 5D versus into the 3rd-D. Okay. So like this. The other thing is I feel it's going to get real clear, real fast, what they're expecting of us. So there's a lot of bullshit. And I'm going to say, yeah, it's the sinking feeling you have is that veil being ripped apart. I can literally feel them. Understand that they hook into our energy. And you may find a lot of people in your life who are not good people to be around you. You may feel that. You may feel in your life that these people are not good people and these people are good people over here. In other words, you could have a best friend, let's call her Karen, because we're always using the name Karen. You could have a best friend named Karen, and you might have been best friends with her for 20 years, and her intention is off. They don't want you to succeed. So there's like a barrier between what people want and what people don't want. It's very, very weird. Okay, I can't wait for it all to happen. Yes, yes, Miss Scott. I don't even know how to pronounce that last part. It's very clear to me it's changing, and you are going to have to align with your beliefs. You're really going to have to align with your beliefs, and you're going to have to walk your walk, because it's going to happen. People are scared to walk their walk, but it's happening like this. It's very, very strange. It's happening very, very poorly and very, very, the veil's ripping, and you're going to see a lot of people. There you go. Bobby's correct in that. There's a lot of people you're going to see, they're going to start coming up with illnesses when they can't harness us because our beliefs are not good. So we believe negative, like they believe negative, we believe positive. When their beliefs are different and they can't grab us that way, watch for energetic illnesses to pop up where you are told you have illnesses, cancer, diabetes, I don't know, whatever. Think of illnesses, and you don't really have them. So you're really going to have to align your energy. You're really going to have to align your energy. So it's very, very, very important. It's coming up. It's like coming quickly. By the beginning of summer, there's another hump we're going to hit. And then by the holiday season again, it's happening like this. So we're up, down, but the veil is so thin. They are literally watching us. They're literally putting shit in our heads. I can hear the chatter, big time chatter, chatter, chatter. You fucking bitch, you do this, you do that. I sound schizophrenic, but it's not what it is. They are chattering with us in our heads. So you have to raise your vibration. Even if you lose your job, feel fat, lose your husband, lose your wife, lose your child, lose your car, lose your mind, whatever it is, I want you to start looking at one thing you're grateful for. So what are you grateful for? You have your cat, you have your dog, you have food in the fridge. You're going to go on vacation in Florida next, wherever. One little thing. And I want you to focus on that one little thing. Okay. So for me, after Keith died, to focus, I just kept focusing on how to make him know I loved him. That's what I did. So I focused on anything that I know would bring a smile to his face. Okay, so that's how I did that. If I have any kind of illness, when I get sick or hurt, whatever, I focus on doing, who said lose your hair? Shut up. focus on hiking, what I like, or I'll look at a picture of a flower I like, or I'll go out and find a cat or a dog besides Lula, right? I'll go find something, or I'll think to myself, I love to go through and get the Starbucks coffee, but I stopped doing that. So then I'll make my coffee. So I'll drive around thinking I'm going to make my coffee, and I'm excited about that. And that's a weird thing to say, but that's a true thing to say. So that's actually how I avoid doing other things. That's how I think. So I just want you guys to focus like that, because they're going to pull on us like you have no idea, and get the fuck ready for it, because the food thing is big time. There's things missing. There's little things that we have that are like cleaning supplies. Again, they're going to do it. It's going to be a second round. If we take it, it's going to be a problem. And watch the people close to you. You are going to find people who are ratting you out. Like, if you're in a war and there's a tattletale, or you're a little kid in school and you sneak up and you eat an extra cookie, the tattletales are out right now. Be very careful. Okay, be very careful. These are people around you who want to tattle on you in order, like, let's say you don't take the vaccine, let's say you have a card that says you did or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And if you tell people and you think they're your friends or family, be very careful you read the energy, because I'm literally picking this up. So shortages on like regular shit, like how come I can't get oil for my car? Keep your gas tanks full right now. That's going to be an issue. Keep your gas tanks full. Okay. Keep your gas tanks full. So, people on a need to know, even if you love them, don't give them all your private information. Don't do that shit. Don't trust people who pop up and try to help you with shit. Analyze it, why they want to do this for, what's their motivation, because there's a usurping of power and energy like this, kind of like two cats chasing a ball of yarn, chasing their tails, okay? Like that. So really watch it. Keep your gas tanks full. I can't even tell you, keep your gas tanks full, okay? Do that. Really do that. because it's going to happen and it's going to happen quick. So you need to keep them full. Please keep your gas tanks full. Do whatever you can to keep it full, to keep it focused, to do that, okay? Electric and extra blankets. Get those, go to the Army surplus stores and get those. We hike with them sometimes. Silver sheet, silver foil. You know what I'm saying? Silver foil. What do you call it? Tin foil blankets. They're not. They're those heating blankets. They're like this big. Put all your pictures onto a disk drive. Download your iCloud onto a clip-on disk drive in case you have to go. Thermal blankets. Yeah, keep everything because it's happening. It's happening. I can feel it. I just literally felt it on Saturday. I said the veil is thinning and they're fucking with our timeline. They literally sped it up. So let's say, remember when you were a kid and like you would go to summer school and you're like, oh my God, my friend comes home in a week. And you were like, I fucking can't wait for my little best friend Sally to come home so we can go do the shit we do. And it felt like forever. And now you wake up and suddenly you're going back to bed, right? So be very, very careful. We did have the time change and we're going into the equinox next weekend and we're going into the Beltane and we're going into all of that. Just be very careful because right now they speeded us up. So instead of feeling like a week is long, they cut it half time. Okay. And now they cut it again. So it's very, very speeding. So illnesses are going to speed up like you're on meth. If you have HIV and you're on meth, it speeds it up. If you have cancer and you're on meth or coke, it speeds it up. Whatever your illnesses are, if you have steroids, it speeds it up. That's what they're doing to the timeline right now. That is what they are doing. So be very cognizant of that and pay attention to who is around you. Okay? Pay attention to who is around you. All right, you guys. Oh my God, you guys. You all do it. You all do it. So just please, and I'm sorry, I must run because I have an appointment actually. Oh, yes, full moon in Virgo. I'll have to come back and do that. 27 degrees, full moon in Virgo. Okay. And by the way, you cannot worry about if they're going to push a button and nuke everybody because you can't do anything about it. You cannot do anything about it, right? There's nothing you can do. But I'm going to put the links to the timeline under here and I'm going to change the title to The Veil is Thin and Stripping Conversation. Anyway, because I know y'all get pissed. And I don't mean it. I just don't know what to put before I start talking. I don't really have anything to talk about. But what I was going to say, I'm going to put the link to the Healing Barbie. Oh my God. And a shout out, you all. I'm going to shout out on TikTok. I love this young woman's channel. She's fucking accurate. So go to TikTok and look up. Her name is Astral Assassins. Okay. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Let me look it up. She has a good channel talking about what they do on the astral level, and she's fucking right. Everything she says is on point. She is on point. Let's see her channel. Astral Assassins 101, okay? And I guess her name is Sophia. I'm going to shout her out because I absolutely love her channel. It's a new channel. Give her some likes so she can build it up. She correlates what happened to her, what happens with numerology, what happens with certain people in torturing us about it for literally. Yes, exactly. Astral Assassins 101, but she literally correlates everything to people right now. And she's talking about yes, that's her on TikTok. Go find her. She's really good. She's good. TikTok, do it. I like her so much. She's accurate, okay? And if you want to look up where I got the meditation from, I'll put the link. But let's look up this little beauty. Let's give her a shout out, all right? Because she's not only is she a gorgeous, attractive woman, she knows what the fuck is going on, all right? She knows what's going on. Here you go. Let's look at her, and she is a quantum physics, quantum jumper. Here she is. She's absolutely fucking stunning, which is a plus. It's Healer Barbie. All right. And then I call her, Healer Barbie, @Healer Barbie. So go find her because she is also on fucking point and her meditation works. So go do that. Go do that. Just go do that if you want or whatever. Barbie took down the meditation. Oh no, it absolutely works. Shit, I'll put the link up to the you buy it. You buy it. I think it's $15, but I mean, you buy it, then you hear it, you download it. Anyway, I think she's fantastic. She's fantastic. She's gorgeous. She's a fucking attractive woman, so she's not jealous of anybody. So she's teaching you right, okay? And Astral Assassin is Assassins 101. Sophia, I think is her name. I like that kid. She's a young woman. I like her as well. She's on point. Go watch her. Jesse Smollett is now been put into a psych ward. Didn't he say on the news, I'm not suicidal, so now they're making him fucking suicidal and crazy. They're going to murder him, okay? They're going to murder him. He's part of the agenda. Now they're going to, I know he's not suicidal, but they've put him in a psych ward. Once he's in the psych ward, they'll hang him. Once they hang him, they'll say he committed suicide and he had a psych problem. You and I aren't going to contest that. His family should fucking contest it. Like McAfee virus, he put on his arm, I am not suicidal, and tattooed it. Yes, for real, they just put him in a psych ward. He is going to be murdered. I don't care what kind of an asshole he was making up that fucking story like a loser piece of shit. He was under MK Ultra mind control. You saw him. He did something that he's not even aware of what he's doing, and now they're threatening to kill him, and I bet you they have life insurance on him. And I bet you they're going to say it's only business. That's what they're going to say. So that's what they're doing, okay? They are going to kill him. I promise you that by the full moon. Let's look up, hold on, before we go, let's look up Jesse Smollett's birthday because the full moon's in Virgo. So let's see, Jesse Smollett's birthday. They just placed him today, so you know he's going to die. Jesse Smollett birthday. Let's look. June 21st. So let's look at his chart. Let's see what the rising is. Something's going to be activated by that Virgo. I just know it because we're coming up on the full moon on Friday. And then we have the summer solstice on the 20th. He's not crazy. He's not crazy. He's MK Ultra'd. They fucking raped his mind. Look at it as mind rape. Okay? Look at it as mind rape. Let's now call MK Ultra mind rape. They fried the circuits of the brain. He didn't even know what the fuck he was doing. I'm looking up his birth chart here. Let's look what they say. Okay, sun is at 29 degrees, 46 Gemini. Full moon at 27 Virgo, whatever it is. I don't know the seconds. Okay, so we have a square. Sun square moon, exacting full moon. Want to make a bet? Full moon and out he goes, okay? Moon is in Gemini at 29. Jesus, he's got 229. Jesus. 2938. Mercury is in Gemini. He's fucked. All right. Let's see what they say his ascendant is. Ascendant. All in the first house of self. 12 degrees Gemini. I knew something was going to be affected by that full moon. So keep that in mind. He is not suicidal. I'm saying that. All right. Why he did what he did is they mind raped him. He doesn't even know he did that. He was told to do it, programmed, snap the fingers. Remember that in the 60s, dancing? Yeah, that's what they did to him, and he went and did it. And then they locked him up and criticized him, and he's standing there doing this, thinking that happened to him when it didn't happen to him. Hypnotic, oh my God. It's a hypnotic trance. They could have given him a drug. They could have done that, whatever. They will hang him. Triple Gemini, they will hang him. Mark my words, they'll call him crazy. He is not crazy, okay? Not crazy. Not crazy. Mind raped. These people are a cult of killers. You think Putin's bad? These fuckers have been running around. Managers collecting money, insurance on people that are addicts. They're addicts because you mind rape them and sodomize them, okay? On top of that. Let's see, Sloan, I have no idea what you're talking about. This is what's going on. This is what's happening. Yeah, well, narcissism, soul, devoid, they're devoid of souls. And in order to get success, they do shit. I don't care what you say. He's seen shit. As soon as you see shit, just like Bob Saget, you think you're going to get off scot-free? No, they're going to come for you next. That's the thing. You think your friend died of heroin and you're not going to die? Good luck to you. That's arrogance. That's the ego. You're not connected to God. You've stepped away. Okay. It's not just Hollywood. It's politicians. It's government. It's school boards, unions, school systems, doctors. It's all of them. So there. That's why the one manager found exactly. All right, you all. I love you all. I just went on a tangent. Go look those people up, see if they resonate with you. I'll put the links below. Mwah. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.